Throg and his champs and his Famir coming to rock the demons. But Be'lakor ain't gonna have none of that. The first prince is gonna show Throg who's boss. Pigman versus Cristian. We got champs, we got fire. No surprise with the fire, honestly. Pigman with his Famirs, his dogs, playing very aggressive. Very different, though. One Famir for each champ, going up on each objective. What do we got for our demons, though? Plenty of blues for the fire. Makes sense. Skin wolves and trolls hate that shit. Be'lakor, Pit, and the Scythe. Pendulum, but it looks like a goddamn scythe. Oh, excuse me. Talking so fast and so much makes me gassy. Burpy, really. Got some Ice Horn Marauders coming in on the top. Good. Unfortunately, in this matchup, the Rage mechanic's just not as useful as it should be. No physical resist over time. Still, the melee attack and the leadership are appreciated, especially when you're going against demons and their fear and terror. I like the choice of Beast of Nurgle. I like the bubonics. They're coming in. Yep. Nurglings. Popcorn balls coming in to cause terror. Be'lakor coming down. Probably going to hunt down that lovely caster, that fire caster, with all his annoying burning heads. Speaking of burning, these dogs are about to catch fire. You got all these models versus 48 dogs. I think with all the shooting, it's going to be in favor of these boys. But the Famir are going to back them up. An extra 30? Or it might be, I don't remember, 25? I know it's at least 20 for the anti-infantry on them. Burning Head going down, getting a good chunk of those Plague Bearers, both the Stooges and the Exalted. It's only 2,000, which is a lot, but there's so much health on those Stooges, the Exalted Plague Bearers, sorry. That, is it really worth it, is the question, and I don't think so. If they're regular Plague Bearers, yeah. But these guys just have so much health. It's gonna take a million years to cut them down. Million years. And Be'lakor's got plenty of time to cut down that poor shaman. Ooh, yep, Screamers coming in to deal with the Famir makes sense. And the Beast attached near too. Oh no, they're not. They're infantry. Those blues are getting murked, but the Beast of Nurgle's actually having an easy time dealing with them too. Pink's doing some pretty good damage too, shooting away those poor boys, but the Ice Marauder here to back them up. And those Ice Wolves that ran away earlier. So it's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. No blues. The top objective is definitely Pigman's. And it's going to be rough when you're flanked on both sides. It's really going to come down to how those Screamers deal with this stuff. Or deal with the Famir. Hopefully, if they deal with them fast enough, they can jump and do some terror. Some backline flanking on those Ice Wolves. Be'lakor causing nothing but problems in the center objective. Throg's coming in to deal with it. And here come the first batch of the Armored Skin Wolves. Love them. Probably my favorite unit in the Norscan roster. Easily my favorite unit in the Norscan roster. Next to the Mammoths. Such cool monsters too. Them and Marauder champs. And it's probably not a surprise with Marauder champs. Just fun tanky units. I love me some tanky units. I based off one of my D&D characters in Baldur's Gate 3 off the Marauder champ. Because they're just so fucking cool. Yeah, but this isn't about Baldur's Gate 3. That's another time. This is about these champions. These barbarians. Trying to shoo away these demons that they worship so much. So awkward when Chaos wants to fight their servants. Maybe they weren't pleased with the results. Burning Head on the Nurglings, though, is always appreciated. Doing way more damage. Way more terror on them. Yeah. Rage mechanic. Now here's a good question for y'all. Look at the Rage mechanic now. Should that replace Frenzy for Khorne? Because the Rage, it's either Rage or Berserk. Yeah, Rage or Berserk. One of those two, I think, should replace Frenzy. And I know that's stealing off the Norscan mechanic. but Frenzy's kind of eh. And it makes more sense, right? They're angry. They get angrier during battle, so they should be doing better. Frenzy is, if they don't get a good engagement, well, they're no longer angry, they're actually afraid. Which kind of sucks. I'll take the Frenzy mechanic or Berserk, and it might actually make the front line worth it. Marauders and Khorne, Chaos Warriors. Because isn't that what it's supposed to be, just be angry over time? Lose control? Rampage? That'd be so cool. But I don't know. Maybe it'd be too strong. Maybe that'd be too on the nose for Khorne. I would like it. It's not gonna save Khorne anytime soon, but for me that just seems that just seems right, you know? It just seems right. Be'lakor only getting 821. Ugh. Just not getting the value he needs. Be'lakor is another one I've just been disappointed with. He just doesn't ever cut it anymore. He's never efficient. He always just gets his value. Maybe 100 points more sometimes, maybe 200, but never efficiently enough. In my book. He's no Vortex Beast, but all I ever see him being useful for is taking out weak units. He can take out higher tier units, but they're usually protected pretty well, so yeah, it's pretty awkward. And the reason you want to go for weaker units, low leadership units, basic chaff, is so he can get cheap healing. Cycle him to some lords, maybe. Duel him out. Maybe. But yeah. Yeah, poor Belly. Alright, let's look at the score. Flamers! Ooh, Flamers. Now here's a ballsy pick. Burning right into his own blues. Trying to scorch these Famir. And it makes sense too, with the Skin Wolves and the Trolls, like I mentioned with the blues. So one Flamer isn't the biggest surprise, but it is a surprise. Because they are pretty terrible and hard to micro. Well, not hard to micro, just hard to protect. So they're going to be constantly trying to micro them. Pigman in the lead value-wise and points-wise. Oh, no. Not point. Yeah, no. Points-wise and value-wise. Wow. I mean, that's what happens when you're going against the worst faction in the game. Ugh. They really need to put these boys into multiplayer already. Demons, it would give so much more leeway for people to actually try to use them. Because you can only play against them with friends. Can't do it online, so that sucks. So we can actually learn how to do it in the grand scheme of things. Here comes that Burning Head, doing good damage. Good damage to those poor blues. Yeah, beautiful Burning Head. Even a bit on those Bloodletters, too. Honestly, Bloodletters and Demonettes of Khorne probably should go down to 100 value, honestly. They're good. They're not great. Oh, these pinks are actually doing pretty good damage to Throg. Hold them on a second. Yeah, they're doing good damage to Throg. I actually wasn't liking the pinks earlier, because, I mean, look how many of them there are. They didn't really get that many good shots, but they are tearing Throg a new one. Wow. And then he traps him with the Screamers. Yup. Throg's got to get out of there. I like that little tactic people do, where you have these ranged units all nice and alone, and then you have a Vanguard unit just come in and swoop and deal with it properly. Yeah, Throg's not looking too hot. Be'lakor then can just run in. Javelin's getting hit by Bubonics and the, yeah, Plague Toads. Yeah, last thing you want is Bubonics in your back line. You got one Marauder Champs on the side objective. Pendulum coming down. Good damage. And a Pit of Shades hitting onto those. I think those are the Ice Horn. They might be champions. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from here. Our champs. Good. And I think those are also more champs or Ice Horn Marauders. Side objective. Completely alone, but looks like, based on the value and Be'lakor being here, it's gonna go to Cristian soon, especially with Throg getting out of there. Man, those Plague Toads just got there too, and they're gone already. Jeez. I mean, with Armored Skin Wolves and Javelins, that makes sense. Burning Head right on top of those. Ooh, yep, that's gonna be it for those Festering Stooges too. And the Skin Wolves into the pinks. Not ideal, actually. Holy shit, they're doing good damage. That was 300 off of just one small volley. Javelins into the Beast of Nurgle. Go, Beast of Nurgle, I believe in you. Shooting away those poor sky rays. Ugh. And letting Bellicor try to get some heals, maybe? Not, or maybe he's deciding which unit he wants to drop them on. It looks like the Armored Skid Wolves. Good choice, so that way the Pinks can do some damage. Doing great damage. They were at 63 earlier, and now they're at less than 4,000. Oh no, they're about to be less than 4,000 with Bellicor behind them, yeah. Yup. Scream's coming in to deal with them now. Javelin's not paying attention. Could be used here right now. Probably gonna have to bring in those Marauder Champs and other units. Flamers getting on top of those Icehorn Marauders. Nurglings in the back, just holding line for the Flamers. And here come the Beast. But the Pendulum's gonna welcome them in. Wah, wah, wah. Good Pendulum. That was 1,000 damage. Maybe a little more. And then you have the Flamers in their back. Armored Skinwolves getting murked. Norscan Ice Wolves trying to help deal with them. Bloodletters dealing with these Javelins. Real nice. Although you have an idle Beast, Cristian. You need to get him down there. These peaks have been nothing but heroes. Wow, the Beast attached here got straight up destroyed. More, yeah, leadership-wise. Wow, the Pendulum with Bellicor and the Pink Sphere? Yeah, that makes sense. Probably Bellicor's Terror, too. Yeah, that would make sense. And taking that volley and Pendulum, all that damage. Yeah, that makes sense. Throg came back, but it's looking pretty meek. Bad? Well, maybe it's not bad. He might catch some of these blue horrors. Surprised, Cristian is slipping. He is, or not Cristian. Pigman is slipping, and it wasn't good enough. Sword of Cord, too! Ooh! And the Flamers on Throg. Shit's hot. Cristian's doing well. Yeah, against Pigman. The money was on Pigman. The odds were against you, Cristian, but you're pulling it out. But to be fair, we talked about this after game. If Pigman really wanted to win, we could have seen just nothing but the Marauder spam with Javelins, and yeah, we all know how that would have went. I wouldn't be surprised if champions actually go up 100. Maybe 50 to 100 eventually. I would not be surprised. They're just so good. It's a shame that all the real way to win these games now is just infantry spam. Infantry spam. Little options and creativity with all this, honestly. I mean, it works. You do the Vermintide across every faction, and yeah, that's how you capture objectives and DOMs. It's the only way to really win. Maybe throw in an SEM or two, or some large entities, some large infantry cav units once in a while. Not like Bretonnia. Bretonnia's different. I mean, there's some factions that have exceptions, but oh, excuse me. Ooh, there are some that have their exceptions, but it's mostly going to be infantry spam winning you the game. I mean, let's picture this. There's no Famir in the beginning, and it's a bunch of Javelins and basic Marauders. Do you think Cristian's going to be able to cut through all those units? Probably not. Especially on the main objective, too. Probably not. This game would have been over as soon as it began if he would have went that way. Bellicor wouldn't be able to get through it. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. I don't know. Maybe a way to deal with it is to improve SEMs in a way, because a lot of them just don't ever pay for themselves or tear out or do enough damage to get rid of all the infantry. And there's enough shooting in every faction to get rid of them. Besides, like, even Khorne has enough. You bring 4 Marauder Horsemen and they'll destroy an SEM easily. Heck, I gave Harrison one time a run for his money. He thought he was going to lose because I had 4 Marauder Horsemen. And he thought they were going to just straight up murder his Great Unclean One. But no, I wanted a fight. I didn't want an easy win. I didn't want to murder his lord right away. And they definitely would have. Especially when you have the Knights of the Brazen Throne to pretty much deal with most units. And Flesh Hounds of my own to deal with his Flesh Hounds. So yeah. Could be possible, but eh. You win some, you lose some. So anyways, back to this game. Flamer's getting hit by the dogs. What the dog do? And the Bloodletters jumping on top of them. Or at least so. Bellicor probably just... I don't know if he's going to jump on them. No, he does. And he's going to fear them and he's going to heal for it. And it's looking like a triple cap, too. Okay, look at these bubonics real quick. 1,000 HP. Look at how much value they're getting. It's insane. Versus armored skin wolves. How many skin wolves are in there? I'm going to check real quick. 22, not even half. But they're doing so much damage, and that's not their melee attack. That has to be the reflection on them. Because how else are they getting that much value that fast? I mean, the skin wolves, yeah, they have 30 melee defense. But they're still armored. They still have healing. Physical resistance, I know it doesn't matter, but still. I mean, look how quick they're drying up. And poison, too. I don't know. It's really strange. It's really strange how quick they're getting their value. I want to see after the game how much those guys made. It has to be at least 2,000. Skin ones are what, 1,100? Yeah. And this is, I think, the second time they got summoned too. Yeah, for sure. Because they were in the center earlier. So it has to be somewhere between 1,500 and 18,000. And yeah, with the triple, we're going to be ending this soon. Yeah, sorry for the fast forward. I was just so enamored with those bubonics. Throg did pay for themselves. The casters sure as hell did. No surprise there. Did Famir still suck? Yeah, because that one got resummoned. Yeah, Famir sucked. Surprise. One champion did pay for themselves. I don't know if either of them really paid for themselves. They probably got resummoned twice. For sure. Same with these Norscan dogs, too. Armored skin wolves, definitely. One paid for themselves, at least. Might have been resummoned. Yeah, none of the champs paid for themselves. Would have liked more horsemen, too. Tashnir didn't pay for themselves. Nothing really paid for themselves here. No. Shame. Go look at those bubonics. Bellicor didn't even pay for themselves. Shame. Stooges, they paid for themselves. I don't know if they got resummoned, though. That'd be... I don't think they did. You don't really have the time to do it. Pinks actually did pretty good value, burning into those armored skin wolves and Throgs, so that makes sense. And the bubonics, well, we'll see what they do eventually. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. Trying to hit 1,000. Also, if you want to, come hit me on stream. Show some love or come play. Fridays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Alright, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.